Good morning. Good morning. Whether you are here in person today or you are joining us from at home, it's wonderful for us all to be together. Are we ready to gather in? So as we settle in for the hour together, let's pause now to center our minds and our hearts for worship. And we begin with the words by the Reverend Rebecca Parker. In the midst of a world marked by tragedy and beauty, there must be those who bear witness against unnecessary destruction and who, with faith, rise and lead in freedom with grace and power. There must be those who speak honestly and do not avoid seeing what must be seen of sorrow and outrage or tenderness or wonder. There must be those whose grief troubles the water while their voices sing and speak refreshed worlds. There must be those whose exuberance rises with lovely energy that articulates earth's joys. There must be those who are restless for a respectful and loving companionship among human beings, whose presence invites people to be themselves without fear. There must be those who gather with the congregation of remembrance and compassion, draw water from old wells, and walk the simple path of love for neighbor. And there must be communities of people who seek to do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with God, who call on the strength of soul force to heal, transform, and bless life. There must be religious witness. And so come, my friends, and let's worship together.
It's time for us to light our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist tradition. This morning, one of our junior worship helpers, Mohan Parikh, will kindle our flame. Our chalice lighting words this morning are by the Reverend Eric Walker Wickstrom. Each of the stars in the heavens is unique and individual, yet together they form the night sky. Each of us here is unique and individual, yet together we are a congregation. Each of our congregations is unique and individual, yet together we are an association. For stars in the sky, for people in the pews, for members of our association, in gratitude, we light this chalice. And now, please stand as you're able for our affirmation by James Vila Blake. This morning, another of our junior worship helpers, Charlotte Walwork, will lead us.
Please repeat after me. Love is the spirit of this fellowship.
Love is the spirit of this fellowship.
And service is its law.
And service is its law.
This is our great covenant.
This is our great covenant.
To dwell together in peace.
To dwell together in peace.
To seek the truth in love.
To seek the truth in love.
And to help one another. And now let's stay standing for our opening hymn. If any of our junior worship helpers would like to join us up here to help lead our hymn, please come up now and bring your hymnal. Our opening hymn today, number 346, is in our gray hymnal, Come Sing a Song With Me. The words are also on the screen.
Come sing a song with me.
Good morning. I'm Sue Brown, today's worship associate. Welcome to the Morristown Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Welcome especially to any newcomers, returning members, and anyone who joined us online today. If you're tuning in live on YouTube or Facebook, please say hi in the chat or comments. We're delighted to have you here with us. We're a community of many ages, but we all worship together. You can join us many ways on Sundays, including online, here in the sanctuary, or from our library or Chew Hall. If you're looking for a quieter experience, you can join us from room 100. And for a more active experience, you can join us from our newly formed family room for families with little ones. The family room is especially great if you need a space to talk, soothe a crying infant, or get the wiggles out. Our service is live streamed there as well as in other rooms, so you won't miss a thing. Kids of all ages are always welcome in our services, but we now offer an additional option for families with small children, aged 9 months to 5 years. Childcare for crawlers and toddlers. Parents, if you find yourself in need of childcare at any point during the worship today, please bring your little one to room 201 at the top of the stairs. We always have exciting things happening here at Morristown UU. Today, I want to let you know about a change to our order of service that we've been experimenting with. To help our service flow more smoothly and keep information about same-day events fresh in our minds, we're now sharing announcements about fellowship activities at the end of the service during our Minutes for Ministry. Again, welcome. We're glad you're here today.
We're going to read a story. Oh, I forgot my mask. There we go. We're going to read a story. I don't know if you guys know this, but we have a fun theme today. So who wants to come up and read a story with my friend Alistair here? Anyone? Alice? Charlotte? Alistair's siblings? Yeah? Good. All right, come on. Come sit down with me. All right. Go for it. Hey, Under.
All right. Our story today is called A Jedi You Will Be. Oh.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. I'm questioning how to position this book.
You're right.
All right. Hello, younglings. Hey. Yes, I see you, do I? Why are you here? Follow him, did you? Know who that is? Yes, a great Jedi Luke Skywalker will become. A Jedi too you wish to be? Help you I can. Come, come. Eat first, we must. Strength you will need. Why a Jedi you wish to be? Adventure you want, excitement you seek? A Jedi craves not these things. Ready are you? What know you of ready? For 800 years I have trained Jedi. Easy it is not. A Jedi must have the deepest commitment. Willing to work hard are you? Too big are you? Too small? Right you are. Size matters not. Finish you will what you begin? Scary things there are, mean things. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Face your greatest fears you must, just as Skywalker does. Brave can you be? Calm can you stay? You will know the good from the bad when you are at peace. Now close your eyes. Closed are they? See you peeking? I do. Now breathe. Reach out. A Jedi's strength flows from the Force, and a powerful ally it is. Feel it, do you? Life creates it, makes it grow. This energy surrounds us and blinds us. You must feel the force around you, between you and me, the tree, the rock, everywhere. A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, never for attack. After all, wars not make one great. And as they seem, things not always are. Important strength is, but weaknesses too. And failure, part of the journey they are. Believe in Skywalker, you and I do, but not yet does Skywalker believe in himself. Perhaps together we can show what is possible, reach out, feel the force, do or do not. There is no try. Do it. Do it, you can. Before you, your path lies. Hard choices there will be. Off to face his greatest challenge, Skywalker is, as all Jedi must. But wiser he will emerge, as you, in whatever you may face, as long as you mind what you have learned. A Jedi you will be. May the Force be with you.
Very good. Cool. You guys like that book? What do you think having the Force be with you means? What does it mean? I know it's a silly movie, but it's a very fun movie. Have you guys ever seen Star Wars? Anyone? Yeah. Right? Well, there's some interesting things in there, right? You have to try hard. Sometimes things are easy, sometimes they're hard. But whether it's the Force or whatever we call the things that move us, when we try hard, when we work together, things will be good, right? All right, very good. Let's go sit down. We'll see. Sasha's going to explain more to us. Yeah, go for it. Oh, and there's lots more masks out in the Chew Hall later for you guys.
Now it's time for our milestones and passages. You know, sometimes we come to the sacred place with a lot on our hearts. Life is like a beautiful rose. It sometimes has sweetness and softness, but it can have thorns sometimes as well. Maybe you had a birthday, maybe you're going through legal troubles, or maybe you reached a milestone anniversary, or perhaps you're coping with, mental health struggle. And children have joys and sorrows too, things that make you happy or sad. And whatever your age and whatever the roses or thorns of your own life, you can share them in our service by filling out a milestones and passages form before 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. That form can be found in our newsletter, and also there are paper versions of the form on the table as you are coming through our doors into our sanctuary. We have a couple of milestones and passages to share today, so I ask that you please respond after each, saying, "We hold you in our hearts." And if you are joining with us online today, I encourage you to say, "We hold you in our hearts" in our chat or our comments. This morning, Sherry Lowe shares the joy that her grandson, Luca David Abdel Galil, turned 1 last Monday. We hold you in our hearts. And today we are happy to announce that 26 donors have signed up for the blood drive that we are holding on April 6th here at the Fellowship. We had to ask Vita Liant to open up additional spaces in order to accommodate us. We hold you in our hearts. And let's take a quiet moment now for the prayers and the meditations of our own hearts. Close your eyes. Get comfy in your chair. Take some time to breathe. Hear the breaths of those around you, this community that's holding you. Feel the spirit of life, or if you perhaps the force, holding us all in this still moment. Let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths together all the way down into our bellies, and then a moment of silence. Amen and blessed be. Now let's go ahead and please remain seated. We're going to sing number 337 together, Have I Not Known? It's in your gray hymnal and also on your screen.
Good morning. I am Tim Davis, your stewardship trustee that needs glasses, and am thrilled to launch our annual budget drive, no, hyperdrive, today. Now, if I consult the Jedi archives, fellowship is defined as a group of people united for a common purpose and interest. Much like a certain rebel alliance from an unnamed sci-fi saga, Star Wars, our congregation comes together for a shared mission in offering a welcome and supportive space. We gather to strengthen our beliefs, build community, and uplift one another, something especially vital in today's world. To keep our alliance strong, this is the time of year we ask all members and friends to pledge their financial support. Our annual budget, funded primarily through your generosity, allows us to be a community of inspiration, connection, and service to the wider galaxy. This year, with guidance from our personnel and finance committees, our board is implementing the updated UUA recommended salary guidelines. We plan to increase staff salaries to better align with the rising cost of living and inflation in our area. To support and maintain facilities, including both existing and new buildings, and expand our vital programming, we set an ambitious pledge goal of $490,000. Your pledge ensures the continuation of our Sunday services, faith formation classes for our younglings and Jedi Masters alike, outreach through newsletters and streaming, and the sustainability of our growing Rebel base. So, after today's service, I invite you to join me and your fellow Alliance members in Chewbacca Hall, where we will be distributing personalized pledge envelopes at the stewardship table and serving a galactic-sized assortment of desserts to supplement Diane Coslow's Odyssey Project Luncheon to celebrate our budget hyperdrive kickoff. Not a member yet? Stop by and learn how you can support our mission. And for those tuning in from their own hidden Rebel base, visit our website and click the Give tab to contribute to our operating budget. On a side note, some of our leaders got in their pledges early, and I'm so happy to announce that today we're already at $60,000 towards our goal. Thank you, and may the fellowship be with you. And also with you.
We come now to the time in our service each Sunday when we pause to offer our gifts of financial support to this congregation. Your donations make all that we do here together possible and also make our wider community a better place. That's because each Sunday we give at least half of the money we collect to an organization that is doing good work to advance our Unitarian Universalist values of love, justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity in a world that hungers for them now more than ever. Today's offering will be split 50-50 with Homeless Solutions, helping the homeless and at-risk community of Morris County. You may give in our collection plate or by following the instructions printed in your order of service and shown on the screen. Thank you in advance for your generosity.
And a very small correction as the choir is coming up. It's actually Nourish, New Jersey. That was my fault for not updating that part of the script.
This morning's reading is an excerpt, Trusting the Force and Each Other, in Star Wars The Rising Storm by Jonathan Reedy. It's posted on the Love Thy Nerd website. Reedy writes, Star Wars The Rising Storm is the second book in the mainline series of the new High Republic era of the Star Wars canon. In the High Republic, each Jedi is celebrated for their uniqueness. And it's this celebration of uniqueness that the High Republic's greatest strength is on display, their relationships with each other. Each Jedi has their own strengths and weaknesses, meaning that there is a greater need than ever that they all rely and trust in each other. There's a camaraderie amongst these Jedi. After a very intense and long battle, two of the main protagonists, Jedi Masters Stellan Gios and Elzar Mann, are talking about the aftermath of the battle. Stellan is unsure about a leadership role he has just received, and Elzar is assuring him that he will stand with Stellan no matter what. Stellan thanks Elzar and then responds, "What about you, El? What do you need?" And after a long pause, Elzar responds, "I think I need help." Elzar opens up and tells Stellan how during the battle he gave in to the dark side for just a moment with devastating results, and it terrifies Elzar. Stellan doesn't even drop a beat before encouraging Elzar. He reminds Elzar that everyone is tested and that the important thing is that he recognized what was happening and asked for help. Stellan then says, "You said you were here for me, and that goes both ways. We will get through this, all of it. We're not alone, not when we have the Force and each other." It's hard not to see the resemblances in our lives. How many times have we seen others or ourselves in trouble and with the desire to reach out for help, but feel we have no one we can go to? Or maybe we know who we can reach out to, but we're afraid of possible judgment or condemnation. Being vulnerable is one of the hardest things we can do. But how much more fulfilling is it when we know we have people we can be that close with? Surrounding ourselves with people who will be there for us and also trying to be those people for others is possibly the greatest quest in our lives.
One of my favorite things about preparing to preach is doing sermon research. One year I watched the Barbie movie in preparation for a service. Another year I read the science fiction novel Hyperion. Yet another year I read a nonfiction book about cold dark matter. And this weekend I used my time off to binge watch the entire first season of Andor, a Star Wars story. And if you haven't seen this television show, I highly recommend it to you. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, I encourage you to check it out. This is not the somewhat campy, swashbuckling space western of old. NPR recently mentioned that this show has been hailed as the most complex, mature story in the Star Wars lore. It offers important commentary on how authoritarian regimes work. It explores the ethics of resistance in ways that are especially meaningful today, and it contains parallels to our nation's current political mess that feel eerily prophetic. So seriously, when you get a chance, check it out. Now, I'm going to try to avoid spoilers here, so if you haven't seen it yet, or you would like to, don't worry. I'm not going to give away any plot twists, character arcs, or surprise endings, just things that folks watching the show would kind of know pretty quickly. And so with that in mind, let's go ahead and set the scene. So the television show Andor begins about 5 years before the original Star Wars trilogy, the really old one with Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Darth Vader, Yoda, and so on. And for those who are not die-hard Star Wars fans, a quick crash course about the show's setting may be helpful. So like the other Star Wars movie shows and books, Andor takes place in a galaxy far away. More specifically, it takes place mostly on Ferrix, which is a world in the Galactic Empire. And like empires in many stories and in our own world, the Galactic Empire is pretty nasty. It's ruled by an autocratic emperor, Palpatine, and his fascist regime. And the people of the Galactic Empire are treated largely as expendable. They are used for labor to benefit the Empire, or are even killed if they oppose the Empire's interests. Some planets are ruled by corporations that serve the Emperor, and no matter where they are located, citizens live under the constant threat of violence. And that omnipresent threat keeps them in line, hypothetically, but more on that later. Now, in the Galactic Empire, there is a Senate, and it has some vestiges of democracy, with each senator serving as a representative of their world in the Empire's legislative body. But at the time that the show takes place, the Senate is losing power. Meanwhile, the Emperor, Palpatine, is gaining power. And I like the way that Wikipedia describes the expansion of the Emperor's power. And see if it reminds you of anything. The Galactic Empire's rise was not a violent takeover by force, but rather a calculated dismantling of the galaxy's most powerful institutions by rewriting constitutional foundations, weakening the Senate. Palpatine falsely accused the Jedi of causing a war, then manipulated the Senate into purging the Jedi. And after engineering those threats, Palpatine reorganized the Republic into a state meant to ensure the security and continuing stability and a safe and secure society, with himself as emperor. Sounds a bit familiar, doesn't it? In our own world, we have also seen a massive power grab by a wannabe monarch who is busy dismantling our institutions, defying our Constitution, and weakening the powers of our Congress. We've seen him manufacturing imaginary threats and using them to claim power that's not usually granted to a president in the name of safety and security. But that's our world, so let's go ahead and get back to the empire, the Galactic Empire. So we've got the emperor who is grasping after power and oppressing people. And what do you get whenever people are oppressed? You get resistance. People don't like being pushed down. Eventually they rise up. And in the empire, there are rebels emerging all over the place in this era, but they're not really an alliance. Not truly, not yet. They are still fragmented at the time that Andor takes place. They're still learning to come together, to work together. Now, rebels in Andor don't always look like one might expect either. Sure, there are freedom fighters and mercenaries, and there are smugglers and spies, but there are also agents of the state, like military personnel and former stormtroopers. And there are people who are deeply embedded in imperial power structures, like senators, who are rebels. And there are bankers and philosophers, there are incarcerated and enslaved people, there are shopkeepers and thieves, there are young people and fierce old ladies. And they are up to all kinds of trouble. Now, whether it is good trouble, as the civil rights activist John Lewis once put it, or if it is simply necessary trouble, is a question that the show asks, but leaves up to viewers to answer. And we will explore what some of these rebellious heroes were up to soon. But first, let's go ahead and pause as we do here to sing together before continuing our sermon. Let's go ahead and stand as we're able. It's number 1028 in your blue hymnal, The Fire of Commitment. And let's have our junior worship helpers come up with your hymnals to help us lead. We'll sing just the first verse right now.
Fire
my favorite scenes in Ander features a character named Senator Mon Mothma. Now, she's introduced early in the show as a key member of the rebel cause, its main source of income, in fact. And there's this great scene between Senator Mon and her friend Tay in the show, and the two are schmoozing at a fancy state party surrounded by glittering politicians and other rich and powerful people. And Mon pulls Tay aside and asks him if she can trust him. She says, "I want to tell you something that only 3 people in the galaxy know about." Now, as you might imagine, Tay is a little concerned, a little uncomfortable, maybe even a little bit suspicious, and he asks Mon, "Is this personal or political?" And when she admits it is political, he says, "Then I suggest you hesitate." She asks why, and Tay explains, "We've both changed. I've done more than grow weary of the empire. I'm afraid you'll find my politics a bit strong for your taste." And Senator Mon chuckles dryly at that, because of course we know what she's up to, and she says, "Keep smiling as if we're having a happy chat about childhood days." And then they begin to casually stroll through the party goers, and Tay is clearly out of his element, and he says, "I'm not sure I understand." And Senator Mon replies, "No, you don't. What you see, what people say about me, it's a clear picture, isn't it? I am a polite, sometimes indecisive senator who spends her days fighting and failing to protect separatist do-gooders and battle empire overreach and irritation." Then she shares something that the viewers have known since the beginning of the show, which is a complete and total surprise to Tay. She says, "The Mon Mothma people think they know, it's a lie, a projection, it's a front. As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing." And that's when Tay finally asks, "What are you really doing?" And Mon replies with 2 simple but powerful words. She says, "Raising money." Now, after Tim's announcement earlier in the service, I'm sure you can guess where I'm going with this. Indeed, it's that time of the year when we too are raising money here at the Morristown Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Now, we decided to call this year's generosity campaign our Budget Hyperdrive. And the name we selected isn't just to be cute. Yes, a Star Wars theme made a certain amount of sense given the opportunity presented by our budget drive's end date on May 4th. Get it? May the 4th. But also the Star Wars theme felt kind of appropriate this year in particular. Of course, we are a congregation. Our budget next year will fund our congregation's activities, not some kind of sci-fi rebellion. We are a spiritual community, not members of a rebel alliance trying to raise money to fund an epic struggle against a fascist empire. But at the risk of sounding dramatic, the difference between those things is not as stark as one might normally think, not this year. And we're going to continue on that thread in a little while, but first we're going to go ahead and sing together again. Let's stay seated this time and sing just verse 2.
Amen.
of you asked a provocative question the other day. It was an important question. You asked, should we really be asking people to fund an ambitious budget this year, especially this year? With everything that is going on, there are so many justice organizations out there that need our money. And that is absolutely true. The need right now is great. It's enormous. Resisting the rise of authoritarianism and protecting our democracy requires power, and power requires money. In fact, one of the best definitions of power that I have ever heard is that power is organized people and organized money. And there is a growing movement beyond this congregation's walls that needs our support, including our financial support, if we want it to be successful. And for those of us who are people of means, even of modest means, this is the year to stretch ourselves more than normal and to generously support organizations like the American Civil Liberties Union and others who are fighting the good fight for us all. But I urge you to remember that we are in this fight too. Faith communities have a unique role to play in struggles for justice. And to be sure, there have been times in human history, too many times, when faith institutions, including Unitarian Universalist ones, have come down on the wrong side of history. There have been times when we have acted as agents of oppression instead of agents of liberation, and times when we have been forces not of good, but of empire. But faith communities also have long histories of resisting empire, and that includes us as well. Unitarian Universalism is, in part, a product of the social gospel movement. And the social gospel movement isn't focused on getting people into a heavenly afterlife, but on creating heaven here on this earth, in this lifetime. And we're not focused on saving people's immortal souls from eternal damnation, but on finding salvation in and for the world in which we now live. We're focused on saving ourselves and our society from all that threatens, harms, and diminishes life, and that includes especially oppressive social institutions. And to be a powerful force for good in the world historically, Unitarian Universalists have had to come to terms with power, with our power. Like I said earlier, power is organized people and organized money. And every bit as much as our values, these two critical things help to create strong Unitarian Universalist communities that not only have moral conviction to face the challenges of our time, but also the resources to actually transform courageous conviction into concrete change. Now, many times in the past, our Unitarian Universalist communities have used our power to fight against authoritarianism and oppression. We fought it when it raised its ugly head as slavery during the Civil Rights era. We fought it when it reappeared as fascism in the Second World War. We fought authoritarianism when it took the form of McCarthyism during the Cold War, Jim Crow during the Civil Rights era, and white nationalism during the sanctuary and the new sanctuary movements. And we are fighting it today. Joining together as communities of resistance in hard times is in our blood as Unitarian Universalists. It's part of what it means to be a Unitarian Universalist. It is what we do when we are at our best, when we allow our values to actually guide us in shaping the world around us. The world is scary today, and every day it gets scarier, but this is not our first rodeo. Our communities have been powerful spaces for resistance, and we can be those spaces once again. We need a community more than ever in times like these. We need community to help keep hope alive. We need community to lend us courage when we are afraid. We need community to equip us for the struggles that we face. We need community so that we will have companions in the resistance work before us. We need community to model what a better possible world might be like. We need community to grieve our losses and keep going, to endure the long waiting and keep going, and to celebrate our victories and keep going. And we need community to remind us of our highest values as we join in the struggle and to help us build a better world in their image. Now, one more thing, something I'm wondering if any of you noticed today. At no point during this sermon have I mentioned one of the most iconic features of the Star Wars universe. Does anyone know what it is, what was missing today? If so, call it out. The Force. I haven't mentioned the Force because the television show Andor does something really special. It features no Jedi, no Force users, at least in season 1. Everything that the heroes accomplish in Andor is done without the use of the Force. It's done through the use of real power, the courageous efforts of ordinary people. The Palpatines of the world of Star Wars and our own world may think that they have unlimited power, that there is no way that we can resist. But power isn't something magical or something wielded only by a tiny few. Power is organized people and organized money. And so, my friends, let's remember that. And let's be a powerful force for good in the world. Amen. Blessed be. And may it be so. Let's go ahead and rise as we're able to sing the rest of our hymn, third verse. Let's have our junior worship helpers come on up with your blue hymnals, and we will sing, again, verse 3, 1028.
Before we close, I'd like to draw your attention to our Minutes for Ministries. This is a time when we share brief updates about our congregation's activities to help stay engaged with our community beyond our Sunday service. This morning, I'd like to draw your attention to the following announcements. Any newcomers with us today who have not already done so are invited to fill out a welcome card to help you get connected with us. You can also talk to our welcome ambassador, who would love to meet you and answer any questions. Look for the sunny gold sash. Anyone needing a caring presence this morning will find a compassionate listening ear with one of our lay pastoral care associates. You'll recognize them by their sky blue sashes. Anybody here? Oh. The Board and Committee on Ministries invite everyone to participate in our second open question in the coming weeks. How do we thoughtfully use our expanded space and facilities? There will be 3 opportunities to share your thoughts. In-person events at 11:30 a.m. in Chew Hall on Sunday, March 30th and Sunday, April 6th, and a Zoom event at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, April 8th. For any other questions, please contact com@muff.org. It's muuf.org. Today, don't miss our Odyssey program featuring Diane Coslow. Join us here in the meeting room or online at 11:30. Also today, don't miss our final session of Tending Congregational Life. We'll gather at 11:30 a.m. And this afternoon at 3 o'clock, there is a concert in the meeting room with several performers that include Stearns Matthews, titled Music at the Mansion. The fee is $40 at the door, which includes a wine and cheese reception following the concert. But before you attend either event, any event, be sure to grab lunch and dessert in Chew Hall. Full details about these and many other activities can be found on the back of your order of service, our weekly e-newsletter, or on our website at muff.org, muuf.org. And it's 10:57, opening the mic to any announcements from anyone else. We have 1 minute. Yes, Sherry.
Good morning. I'm Shari Lowe, a longtime member. I just want to remind you once again of our service next week will be on the topic of been in the storm so long, how do we overcome, regarding slavery and its aftermath. Parents, I hope you can talk with your children a little to introduce the concept of slavery if you haven't already, so they know what to expect. This book is a very good resource for that. It's called Amos Freeman, Free Man. Fortune Free Man, who was, this book was read to me when I was in the 6th grade, and it is appropriate for 3rd through 7th grade readers. But also please take a look at the article that Tom Moran and I wrote. His name dropped off by accident in last week's newsletter. And hopefully this is just one indication of why we, in this day of erasure, we at the fellowship are a force, a good force. So please support the budget drive as well.
On March 29th is the all-ages talent show from 2 to 4. Oh, yeah, it's 28th. No, it's the 29th. It's the 29th. That's it.
And just in case people had a hard time hearing that, there is a sign up out front and also online. It's time now for us to bring our time of worship to a close, but although we extinguish this chalice flame, its light will continue to burn in our hearts. And as we go out into our daily lives, I leave you with the words of Alondria Williams. Put your feet down, because we are about to do embodiment. Close your eyes. Go ahead and close them. Breathe in and out. When you hear the word liberation, liberatory spirit, liberatory life, liberatory possibilities, what does that conjure in your soul? When you hear we are the liberating force, spirit, life, love, what does that conjure in your spirit? When you hear that we have the power to transform the world around us, what does that mean in your bones? When you hear we are the people we have been waiting for, and we are, what does it mean in your blood? We are the light, we are the wisdom, we are the ancestors, we are those yet to come. How do we fully hold all of that in ourselves? Open your eyes, take a look at the people around you, and go out and organize. Amen. Blessed be, and go in peace.